Hi, y'all. Welcome back to Heretics Bible Study. In this particular study, we're working through the biblical genealogy, name by name. The character that we're covering this week is Enoch, the third person in the bloodline. There are 3 Enochs in the Bible: a son of Cain, a son of Seth, and then a little bit later, a son of Jared. There are 3 books attributed to Enoch. And as you know, 3 is a magic number. This might be why he is often associated with Hermes Trismegistus. That means 3 times the great. You'll notice that in that Trismegistus, you have this word magi. Magi, the wise, like a magistrate. I don't buy that theory just because Hermes is Mercury, and Mercury is a trickster god. So I think we need to watch out for that. Also, the idea that Enoch, the man who walked with God, the man who testified with the watchers, like, was he punished? Is that how he became Metatron? You know, the creature with all the eyeballs and the wings? That's just weird. And speaking of 3s and magi's, the 3rd letter of the Bible is Aleph, which we have already discussed. It matches up with the magician card, the Magi, the master of suits, lawsuits. Did you know Enoch, this book of Enoch, he testified against the watchers. And it was on his testimony that God decided to destroy the world with the flood that happened in Noah's age. In a sense, the 3 Enochs, the son of Cain, the son of Seth, and the son of Jared, sort of create this Bermuda Triangle in the Bible, in which during this time, the Ananuki are roaming the earth. In this make-believe world that we've been talking about, woman created man. Adam never desired Lilith. It was always Eve. Adam followed her out, but it was too late. And Eve was the daughter of sin. Because in the Sumerian mythology, Sin is the name of the Sumerian moon god. And Virgo is known by Absin. Her father is Sin. Virgo is related to Venus, is related to Durga, is related to Aphrodite, is related to Oshun. And of course, Eve. Through one person, sin entered the world. Through one person, Eve. The bloodline of sin, the mitochondrial DNA of Eve entered the world. Adam had no mother. Jesus had no father. Sin isn't the only thing we get from ancient Sumeria. They have this interesting naming convention where the father's name goes first, and then the child, and then the mother's name. So if we look at this word, the Ananuki, Anu is the name of the Sumerian moon god. Anu-Enok-Ki. Ki is the name, the Sumerian name for Mother Earth, Gaia. And again, Adam was made from light and earth, red light, red earth. The verse in Genesis 6:2 where it says the sons of God desired the daughters of man, I think that should probably be reversed. The sons of woman desired the daughters of the gods, because that's what happened to Eve with Typhon. Aleister Crowley said the gods overlap, which is how we got Venus, Virgo, Durga for Eve. But Typhon and Set in Egyptian mythology are known to be the same person, so we're splitting them up. We can do that in our make-believe world. In the Bible, we know Set as Seth, again, because the H signifies the Deus ex machina, the influence of God in his life. Now, the interesting thing about Set is the formal name for Gnosticism is Sethonian Gnosticism. It actually comes from this Seth right here. So if we look at creation, we have God starting creation with separating the waters. We have the age of water. And then you have dry land and the age of plants. And then you have the age of animals. And then we have Adam and Eve in Eden, 3 in 1. And then we have the Enlightenment. We have the eating of the fruit of the tree of knowledge of good and evil, and we have this Gnosticism. Then along with the knowledge comes this horrific evil, and Enoch testifies, brings on the judgment. We enter the age of water again. So I think that the Ananuki were like the Greek titans, the elder gods. And then the Nephilim, like the giants of old, Hercules, Goliath, Gilgamesh, all of those. And here Mother Earth's story kind of mimics the story of Eve. God rescues her, separates the waters above and the waters below, and reveals this dry land. And from her, he creates this man. And then on the other side, you have this chaos. You have Uranus and Gaia had children with a lot of different gods. So, but God so loved the world, right, that he gave it to his only begotten son. Adam was a son of God, Luke 3:38. And when Eve was sent out into the world of course Adam went with her. What was he going to do? Wouldn't that be weird if he stayed in the garden? So one time Adam walked with God, and Enoch walked with God, and then at the end of his life he was taken up into heaven. At least one of them was. And we don't know what happened to Eve. She just is never mentioned again. Her death is not recorded. Another interesting thing about the word Enoch is the spelling. E-N-O-C-H. Change one letter, N, to the next consonant, P. E-P-O-C-H. Epoch. An age. An era. This Bermuda Triangle of time, of definition. It's almost like space-time coordinates, X, Y, Z. Wouldn't it be cool if we could decode it and find out where the rain started? So for storytelling purposes, because we like to have dolls, I picked out this guy, Martin Luther, to represent Enoch. And then, there's the back. Monk, theologian, and key figure of Protestant Reformation. Martin Luther. We've talked about him quite a bit here. And then I wasn't sure if you would have a tarot card, to be honest. If you've watched the Quantum Grammar series, you know what I'm talking about. But then I looked in the deck, and this just all fit, with Enoch being an attorney in the court of heaven. And Martin Luther, yeah. All right, thanks for joining me. Peace out.